Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we're going to take a look at the preview for the Raven Guard. So grow your hair out, dye it black, maybe stick a couple of feathers in it, make sure it goes over your eyes, and get your eyeshadow on. That's the only way. Eyeshadow? Eyeliner? Are those the same thing? I don't know. Anyway, really heavily leaning towards sticking a bit of Rasmus at the start of this video, but I'm not sure whether that's a good idea, because we'll most likely get the video copyright claimed, which means the ad revenue will immediately disappear to someone else. Well, it'll disappear to whichever label owns the Rasmus, assuming someone does own them. Are they even active anymore? I have no idea. But do I want to inflict that on you at the very start of the video? I don't know. I will decide in editing. If it's there, then the answer was yes. If it's not there, then this entire tangent should probably be deleted because it's totally irrelevant. But it probably won't be, because then you can hear my... Well, let's get on with it. Anyway, so, preview for the Raven Guard. In case you are not sure who the Raven Guard are, there is a nice little blurb for you, which I will actually do seriously. I won't do the Iron Hands thing. They're like birds. They're covered in black and they do stealth. There you go. That's the Raven Guard. I mean, Corvus Corax, again, pretty birdy. They are a big fan of birds, as you can tell from the name. It's really, I've just gone the same direction I did with the Iron Hands, which is taking the mickey. Again, Raven Guard have never grabbed me as much as other chapters, but I can at least appreciate a chapter that does like stealth. That's why I quite like Raptors as well. The fact that there is an actual... There are chapters out there who, instead of painting themselves, oh, I don't know, bright banana yellow, and just stand there, and I like the idea of actually attempting to be somewhat tactical in your application of force, beyond just shooting people in the face from miles away. Kind of like the stealthy approach. And what's his name out of the Horus Heresy books? Oh man, I've totally forgotten his name now. The ridiculously strong Raven Guard guy who, spoiler alert, spoiler, butchers Lucius is absolutely quality, and it's annoying me that I can't remember his name, but you know who I'm talking about. So, first off, before we go any further, look at the Terminators here, because nothing says stealth like Terminators. Again, I'm feeling like a slight contradictory element from the initial pictures of these previews. Iron Hands, all about the bionics. Oh, your bionics have come off. Raven Guard, all about stealth. Here's some Terminators. Thunderhammer, yep, definitely stealthy option. Chain Fist, sure, why not? I can't really complain because Terminators are great, and more Terminators are always required every single time. I mean, I've only got 21. I should buy more, to be honest. So yeah, a little bit of Terminator action there, always appreciated. Now, let's actually look at the thing. So, on the battlefield, Raven Guard are incredibly hard to target at range, gaining the benefit of cover against any ranged attacks that originate from more than 12 inches away, and inflicting a -1 hit penalty against ranged attacks if they're already in cover. Okay, so an integral part of covert warfare lies in the elimination of the enemy's command structure, something that the Raven Guard strike forces fighters want to achieve. So if you have an army comprised entirely of Raven Guard units rather than just as an allied detachment, then you get access to surgical strikes, which is part of the combat doctrine. And it does look kind of interesting. I like it. So, surgical strikes, the warriors of the Raven Guard spring their ambushes with perfect timing coordination to eliminate the enemy's command structure, whilst the tactical doctrine is active. When resolving an attack made by a model with this ability against a character unit, you can add 1 to hit rolls and wound rolls. So, essentially an assassination ability, which, again, suits Raven Guard pretty damn well. Yeah, I like that. It's fully appropriate for the chapter. There's also mention of eliminators with bolt sniper rifles. Of course, surely you're gonna have a few snipers here and there for Raven Guard. Why wouldn't you? So there is, of course, Warlord traits, chapter relics, all of that stuff. So let's have a quick look at. Ah man, I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure about the interceptors. I think it's just the flying stands. I think the flying stands are what kill it for me. If they're like on a bit of rubble, if they're like floating over like a low broken wall or something, I like them. If they're on the flying stands that they get, I don't like them because they look really weirdly dangly in a way. Mild tangent. I mean it compared to the start of the video, incredibly mild tangent. So, Raven Guard commanders are undisputed experts of stealth warfare, often scouting out the enemy lines on solo recon missions before they commit their forces to battle. Nothing exemplifies the talent to remain unseen more than the Shadow Master Warlord trait. Yeah. Can you tell they like stealth? So, Shadowmaster. As a follower of the Path of Shadow, this warlord strikes from the darkness without warning, granting his foes no chance to react. Enemy units cannot fire Overwatch at this warlord. Nice and simple, and again, pretty appropriate. You may be concerned that your aforementioned warlock may fail the charge roll and undo your glorious game-winning attack before it has even begun. So, the little bit of blurb for there's going to be more stuff, Relics of the Ravenspire and the stuff that you'll find in Codex Space Marines. In this particular case, it is Raven's Fury, which, again, the names absolutely peak Space Marine. Raven's Fury, jump pack model only. A model from your army with this relic can be chosen to charge with, even if they advance this turn. When a charge roll is made for that model, you can reroll the dice. In addition, after that model finishes a charge move, you can select one enemy unit within 1 inch of that model and roll 1d6. On a 4+, that enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. It is essentially, I want to charge. No, I really want to charge. Yes, I'm going to charge. Oh look, I've charged. It's that condensed into jump pack form. Again, nice and appropriate for the Raven Guard. And the addition of having like the chance of a mortal wound as the bearer of this particular jump pack, very, very probably annoyingly to the person you're fighting, suddenly charges forward God knows what distance and smacks into the closest person. Yeah, again, I quite like it. Quite like it. So, the Librarians of the Raven Guard are solitary and aloof Shadowmancers. It gets very fantasy, doesn't it? It gets very D&D sometimes. That bend the darkness itself to their will. Of course they do. So they've got the Umbromancy discipline, which allows them to further confound the aim of their foes and travel vast distances in the blink of an eye. If you need to withdraw a vulnerable character or provide your units with a handy aura ability, Shadow Step will enable your Librarian to instantly relocate them wherever you need them most. Shadow Step was a rogue ability in World of Warcraft, right? I'm sure I had Shadow Step on my rogue. Man, I miss that. That was so much fun. Doing PvP and just appearing behind people and backstabbing them. Perfection. It doesn't look like you actually get to do, well, sort of, maybe you could do an equivalent thing here. So Shadow Step, the gloom of the battlefield, coalesces into a dark passageway that allows those who use it to stalk among shadows and re-emerge where the foe least expect them. Shadow Step has a warp charge value of 7. If manifested, select one Raven Guard character unit from your army within 18 inches of the Psyker, remove that unit from the battlefield and set it up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from any enemy models. Again, appropriate. Nice. Now I just want to go, oh, what? And World of Warcraft Classics, that, isn't it? The distraction is real. It's bad. It's bad. Quick, press on. So, one of the most thematic parts of any Codex or Codex supplement are the stratagems available, as they exemplify the tactics they most commonly employ to give them the edge. For the Raven Guard, their stratagems focus on sowing surprise and confusion, such as with false flight, enabling them to pull back from melee but remain 100% combat effective for the rest of the turn. Ooh. With the ability to fall back, then immediately striking at a more vulnerable target, the Raven Guard will be a slippery proposition to face, which we knew that already. So, 2 command points, Raven Guard stratagem, False Flight. The Path of Ambush teaches that a feigned retreat can be used to overextend and punish eagerly pursuing foes. Sorry, I need it overly eagerly. Use this stratagem when a Raven Guard unit from your army falls back. That unit can shoot and charge in this turn. That to me seems, that feels worth 2 command points. Yeah, I'm quite liking it. Quite liking this one. There's some fun stuff in here. Maybe an over-reliance on the words shadow and darkness, perhaps. But you know, in a universe where the Space Wolves exist, you can't really complain about seeing 1 or 2 words slightly more than others, can you? It's not really fair. There are far worse, far more egregious examples to point to. Overall, this stuff feels very Raven Guard. It fits in very well. It, I think, does enhance, if anything, the kind of stealthy assassin-y approach of the chapter. So, as someone who's not a big Raven Guard follower, who's never really been grabbed by them, I do like this stuff, and I'm pretty sure it properly cements their personality and way of warfare quite well. So yeah, that is the stuff for the Raven Guard preview, with admittedly a lot of rambling, I will cut out quite a bit of it because this is like, oh my god, what? This is like 18 minutes long. What have I been talking about? It's going to be significantly shorter when you guys get to it. Don't worry about it. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of all this stuff in the comments down below. Do you like a bit of Rasmus? Let me know in the comments. As always, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. As always, there is a affiliate link in the description for Element Games. If you click it and buy something from Element, then I get a little something for sending you that way. You save between 15 and 25% off anything you buy there. And yeah, it's a nice way to support the channel without any extra expense or effort. You're just buying the stuff you would normally buy. So that is an option if you would like to take it. I leave it entirely up to you as always. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Toodaloo.